My name is Jennifer Felton. I live in rural northwest Iowa, just outside a town aptly named Storm Lake. There's no shortage of wind, and storms seem to come on fast. My art studio is surrounded by pollinator prairie, and I can see for miles in every direction. There are large areas of tall grass prairie within several miles. I spend a lot of time observing the wildlife that inhabits it. The birds that soar, feed, nest, and live in and around the prairie. The wind that causes mesmerizing, almost ocean-like waves in the tall grasses and willows. It's simply magical at sunrise and sunset. This area is also home to an abundance of kestrels, so much so that I was part of a banding effort that spanned over a decade. Building and putting up boxes, counting eggs, checking on chicks, banding and cleaning out the boxes in the spring. There are so many resident pairs in close proximity to my home that I've lost count over time. This fierce little falcon captured my interest from day one. I'm completely enamored with how easily kestrels maintain balance in the wind. They appear to hover while holding their heads perfectly still, but it's a magnificent illusion. They are actually playing the elements to their advantage by flying directly into the headwind at the same speed as the wind they are flying into. Because they have small wings, they generate lift, but don't expend energy, so they are able to pass through the air. They are constantly micro-adjusting to maintain their position as they keep their eyesight locked on their prey. This spurred me to think more deeply about the intricate dynamics and extreme maneuverability of the bird in the wind, and thus became the root of the idea that generated the concept for balancing act. Wind, willow twigs, and the kestrel, the delicate characteristics of each and the balance between them. I wanted each viewer to imagine, feel, and question, in essence inviting them to engage with the sculpture. Imagine something they couldn't see, the wind, interpreting the movement of the twigs, the twist, swoop, and bend with the wind. Feel the delicate balance, the careful teeter of the bird atop the thin, blowing twigs, and question how the sculpture is supported. The bird's placement is cantilevered over the bases of the twigs, seeming to defy gravity. All three combine into my interpretation of an illusion for the viewer, similar to the actual hovering illusion. I made several small decisions that added impact to the overall sculpture. First, the negative space was carefully considered, even down to the shadows it casts. It helps define the boundaries of the positive space and brings balance to the composition. It also creates a sense of emptiness that enhances the snapshot in time I wanted to capture. The second is depicting the kestrel and prairie in unison and not as opposing elements was important to me. The additional composition detail of the twig breaking the plane of the tail was a nod to this unison. It is my sincere pleasure to share this piece with you through Birds in Art, thanks to the Lee Yawkey Woodson Art Museum.